Hi everybody. I just got this book and it's brilliant and I really wanted to share it with you. So this is a new addition to the Look Inside series that we have from Usborne, which is a really great Lift the Flap series that is perfect. I believe this one is for kids 5 and up, but you can definitely share it with younger kids, and older kids will love it as well. I have a 6 and a 10-year-old and they love it as well. So this one is all about food, and it starts off with the different kinds of food that we find in our home, for example. And I love looking here in the cupboard and the kinds of foods that are stored here in the cupboard and where they come from. And even here in the cookie jar, look at that. It talks about where sugar comes from. Isn't that so cool? And then the things that you can find in your fridge and where they come from and what they're made of. And there's more flaps in here. Definitely more things. So let's move on to the next page, the next spread. So this spread talks about growing grains, and it talks about wheat, and even things like this. You get a little vocabulary lesson that this is the stalk and the top part is the grain. And then how it grows and how it can be harvested, like this. See this? And I believe there is, oh yes, there is a larger flap right here. Oh, and flaps inside flaps. I love this. This Look Inside series is just amazing. It typically has these flaps that are hidden inside of flaps. And so that's what we have here. And see how the pictures are built into the flap? These flaps are not glued on. They're built into the page. This page has several different layers of things that are on the flap, on the other side of it, and underneath as well. And so there's just so much information here about growing grains. And then look at this. Look at this beautiful thing. Talks about rice, because rice is such an important part of agriculture worldwide, and some different types of food that are grown in other places as well. All right, so that's grains, and then we move on to vegetables. Vegetables. So fruit trees. What grows on the fruit trees, and how juice is made, and then packaged and sold. And about greenhouses. See all this about greenhouses? And again, another flap inside a flap. Oh, and about how vegetables are processed and canned. And more. Oh, and more flaps inside of flaps. Oh, and look at that. We eat different parts of each vegetable. We eat the seeds, the roots, the flowers, and the leaves. So many kids don't know where their food comes from. They know it comes from the store. They don't really understand food. So this is just such a wonderful way to explain it to them. And I can honestly say I learn a lot from these books, and I know I'm going to learn a lot from this particular book. So this one is all about food from animals and milk. All right, so here's the milk part. And milking of the cows, and some other animals, some poultry, and wild game, and different types of meat, and laying eggs and egg production. And then the next page talks about food from the sea. So fishing, deep sea fishing, and then diving for clams and other kinds of things. See how that page right here, how it all works together. And then farmed fish as well, and processing of that. And lots more stuff on this page, lots more flaps that I haven't even touched. And, oh, sweet things. That's my favorite stuff. Honey. Look at the honey. All about honey. And all about peanuts. See? Do you know all of these things? I bet there's things that you are learning in this book as well. And sugar. How sugar is produced. And my favorite, chocolate. Chocolate starts off as pods on the cocoa tree. I knew that. And how the beans are dried and then made into chocolate. And, oh, ice cream. Love that. Chocolate ice cream especially. How they make ice cream. Alright, so this is that right here. And then the last part talks about why do we eat and what kinds of foods are important for development. For example, you know, there's proteins. And what do proteins give us? And which foods are they in? And then carbohydrates and what we get from carbohydrates and which foods we can find them in. Let's see. And, you know, our body takes out the useful things from food and the rest comes out as waste. Oh, and if you know the book Everyone Poops, that's exactly what that one talks about. Okay, so fruit and vegetables have vitamins to keep us healthy. And what do those vitamins do? And what kind of food is in, what kind of food make up these meals? And what you should eat. Just lots of really great things about food and even some recycling, why that is important. So this book is absolutely brilliant, just like the rest of the Look Inside series. It is amazing. It's called Look Inside Food, and you should definitely check it out. Thanks for watching.